Hi guys, this is Heather. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome back if you've already been here. Today we're going to play with fire. I have a butane torch. I'm going to show you how I measure my wires for doing ball head pins. If you have an idea already of how much the ball takes up of your pre-cut wire, then that's good. You can leave comments on how you do it too. I've got my butane torch all set up. I've got an extra canister in case I run out, because this one I think is getting empty. I've got a tray with my fire brick on it to catch it if the copper falls off. We're just going to do a few gauges of copper today. And I've got my pliers here with, this is a 24 gauge wire. I've pre-cut all my wires to 3 inches. So after we do this, then we'll measure them and we will see let me get my flame going here. Then we will see how much it took off. So I've got my butane torch here. Let me get it over a little bit. I'm going to use my right hand and I'm going to put the wire right at the peak of the blue flame until it balls up. And I forgot my water, so I'm going to just put it in my tray. That's the 24 gauge. Now we're going to do the 22 gauge. Put it right in the peak of the blue flame. Till it balls up. Can you see that? Let me get it. Well, I'll show them to you at the end, because it doesn't want to focus with the background stuff. Now we're going to do our 20 gauge. And get that angled a little better. I'm holding the wire straight up and down, going into the perpendicular flame, and as these get bigger, whoa, that one went a little big. It'll take a little bit longer. And this one is an 18 gauge. Ouch. Trying to get it loose from the pliers and onto the brick. And the end that wasn't balled up was hot. Got me on my finger. This one is a 16 gauge. See how it's taken a while? Get it right in the peak there. There we go. Put that on my brick. And I don't have any 14 gauge, but I do have some 12 gauge, so we can see how long it takes and how much it takes up of the wire. You can see it's taking a long time. Let's get it hot all the way up there. Wants to. Here we go. Woohoo! Okay. Turn this off. And I should have said this before. Safety first, guys. Always keep your hair and your clothes free of your flames. And if you have like a cookie cutter, or not a cookie cutter, a cookie sheet to lay on your work surface, that works good too. I had it just right over the fire brick, so I'm safe there. And I'm going to lay this down, and now we'll come down and we will look at the wires. Pardon my messy desk, I haven't cleaned it up yet. I was playing. So this one is the 12 gauge. We have a nice ball on it. And I'm going to measure, and it took off 1/8 of an inch. So I'm writing that down. So I need 2 7/8, roughly. And this is going to be subjective. If your ball falls off, of course, that's going to ruin your piece of wire. And you could, if you wanted, let me get the 24 gauge next. If you wanted to ball up a big long hank of wire and then just measure it to 3 inches and cut it, you can do that too. But a lot of times it's quicker just to cut your measurements, cut a bunch of them up, burn them all at the same time, and then you'll have your... And I'm measuring this one at 24 gauge, and it took more than 1/8 of an inch, just a hair under, a hair over 1/8 of an inch. Excuse me. So I'll just write down 3 inches for the 24. Or no, wait a minute, that's wrong. Three and 1/8. And then this would be, the 12 gauge would be 3 and 1/8. See? So now let's do the 22. And I'm not touching these because I didn't have water and I don't know how hot they are, or because they stay hot for a long time. The 22 is also 1/8 of an inch off. So 3 and 1/8. So it looks like any of these sizes will be good if you just cut a bunch of 3 and 1/8 inch pieces and then burn them. This is the this is the 18 gauge I grabbed. That's 1/8 of an inch as well. And oddly enough, this is the 20 gauge. It actually is a whole 1/4 of an inch. So depending on how big the ball is, that's a big ball. And let's grab this one. It's okay. See, that one's not quite as big, and it's got a little tip on it. So you could file that down. Those are small, but these are small gauge wires. This one is a big one. This one, so the 20 gauge I need 3 1/4. And the 18 gauge, I'm going to measure that right now, is just 1/8 of an inch. So we'll go 3 and 1/8. Did I lose one here somewhere? Let's see. 24. 22. This is 20. That's the 1/4 of an inch. 18. 16. And 12. Okay, so I need to measure the 16 one. That's also 1/8 of an inch. I think I did that one already, didn't I? So there you have it. So if you're going to do bald head pins with copper, this is what you're going to need to get a 3-inch bald head pin. I don't have any 14 gauge. I looked and looked. I do have 14 gauge half round, but I don't want to ball that up. So there you have it. I hope you guys found that informative. Please let me know if you have other ways of doing it to calculate your shortage when you ball your wires. I just found a piece of wire here. Let me see what this is. I've got a wire gauge. Oh, this is the half round. This is the 14 gauge half round. Can you see how that's, see how it's flat on one side? That's why it was left over there on the other side. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you come back for another video. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I was thinking of showing how to do another pair of earrings, or maybe a simple pendant. So let me know in the comment section what you'd like to see next. All right. Have a great day, and bless you all. Thanks for coming. Bye.